And one thing which I think gets a little hairy as a founder is when you do skip level meetings, right? So when there's a founder, when you have a C-suite, then you have people below them and probably people below. You have some kind of hierarchy. And today as a founder, theoretically, right, you can go up to any employee in the company and say, hey, I want to sit with you and I want to, let's sit on this together. But when you skip level meets, like have skip level meetings very often, it really undermines the top level of leadership. And I think next was really not the best time for Steve
The
Jobs.
computer cost $10,000 at that point in time. Nobody bought it.
Yeah, but I think this is one of those stories which has that entire emotional gravitas because, as we all know, at some point, Apple acquired a company
Called Next.
and Steve Jobs came along with it.
Yeah.
And in many ways, it was his second stint at Apple which led him to really make the company into a multi-billion-dollar company.
I think that it really did change him. It tempered his ego from every report that's available. The Steve Jobs that was effectively fired from Apple and the Steve Jobs that came back after Next were two completely transformed people. It was a completely transformed person.
My take on this, Avik, and I see where you're coming as an investor with that take, but my take is, and what I see is, it ultimately took the founder coming back to the company for it to really blossom.
And unfortunately, this is a very, very rare case. You don't hear of this happening very often, where the founder is brought back.
I mean, the few that where they have come back are famous, right? You
Yes.
have Jack Dorsey at Twitter.
Oh yeah.
You have Steve Jobs. Yeah, I mean, these ones are very, very, very celebrated. But yeah, and in fact, I feel the data, at least in India, suggests that firing a founder more often than not harms everything to do with the company.
Within India, I would say that's very, very accurate because there's so many different nuances of the company. And in India, the level of relationships, and without going into details, but being frank, there are relationships that you have to manage in India to do business that you don't have to manage in most places in the world. And managing number one, managing those relationships, managing the expectations of investors. In India, is still a very trust-centric economy because our legal system, while strong, while very well rationalized, takes a very long time to deliver justice.
Oh, our legal system cannot be relied upon for relief, unfortunately, because of the time.
Because of the time it takes.
Yeah.
So even today, when someone's doing business, for example, literally a couple of weeks back, I'd introduced a company to a friend, and we went due diligence the company together, spent some time on it, and then when it came down to kind of negotiating the terms and some particular economic pieces, the friend just looked at me and said, "Listen, I trust you. I know that, I know you'll send the documentation stuff later. I'll take a look at it, but this is a handshake agreement. It's done." Because at the end of the day, that if things go south, that documentation is toilet paper, effectively.